Today I want to talk about the crucial step that you are probably missing that is preventing you from feeling more decisive, more sure of yourself, more clear on your needs and wants. And this will especially be impacting you if you are an analytical thinker, a big idea person who spends a lot of time in your mind, like an ENTP or an INTJ or even an ENFP. This is something that I, as an ENTP, have struggled with for many years, and it's taken me a really long time to figure out this one thing that I'm missing. And it's not your fault. It's because of the dominant culture that we live in. It has driven this key step out of us. So, here's what you're missing. Step one in this process is that you feel an emotion coming on. Something happens out there that makes you feel an emotion. You start to feel a bit of anger, a bit of sadness, a bit of loneliness, a bit of fear, whatever it is. And this could come up with literally any kind of decision you're trying to make, any kind of conversation you're having, whatever. The emotion starts to surface, and then you jump straight to fix it, strategize, change it. I don't want to feel this way. I don't like it. This is not useful to just be feeling angry, to just be feeling sad. Let me figure out where this is coming from. Let me understand it in the mind, and let me change it. I want the bad feeling to go away. And this is numbing. This is essentially living in your head and neglecting the whole rest of your body. The whole nervous system, the subconscious, the kind of gut brain, all this other machinery that we have. It's pushing all that down and saying, nope, all that matters is the prefrontal cortex, the analytical mind, the strategy. And that's really tempting, right? To imagine that if I just understand this reaction, this negative experience that I'm having, and I can just quickly fix it, then it'll be gone. Then I'll be good. Right? But what this does is it actually makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel confused. It makes you feel indecisive. It makes you feel like you don't really know what you want. And then that means that you could just kind of do what other people want all the time. It makes you feel confused about what your purpose is, what meaning there is in life. You might feel nihilistic. You might feel empty. Okay. So here is the missing step. Between feeling the feeling and strategizing, the key missing step is acceptance, being with it. Now, this is much harder than it sounds, all right? I don't want you to have some simplistic notion here of what I'm saying. It's not just like, okay, this is sadness, this is anger, okay, move on, how do I fix it? It's truly fully opening up to it, fully welcoming in, this is the emotion that is occurring right now without judgment, without saying this is bad, I don't like it, I want to change it, I want to push it down, I need to analyze it. It's just fully saying, here I am in the emotional landscape of anger right now. Here I am exploring the landscape of loneliness right now. Great. And that's it. Just resting there for a while. And so, how do you do that, right? It sounds nice in theory. And this makes me think about parenting. Now, I'm not an expert on parenting, but what I've seen is that for a lot of us, we missed being taught this crucial step when we were growing up because our parents, obviously there are many different ways that parents can kind of do this part wrong, and they're trying their best, right? But a really common way that they can hurt us here is that they try to make it better right away. They try to change our experience right away. So here we are as a kid saying, I don't like this, crying, angry, whatever. And parent says, no, change that. Stop doing that. You're feeling sad. And they say, be happy. Let's turn that frown upside down. Big boys don't cry, big girls don't cry, whatever it is, right? And so we get this message that negative feelings are bad. They're not okay. They should be changed. There's no value in staying with them. right? We internalize that message really deeply. And then capitalism reinforces that message of saying, why would you waste your time with emotions? You could just be strategizing, you could be analyzing, and then you could be more productive. So we've missed out on this fundamental part of being human, which is fully feeling our feelings. And, in indigenous cultures, in the tens of thousands of years of human history before the modern era, there were many built-in rituals and mechanisms for doing this. Sitting around a campfire together, dancing, drumming, moving in ritualistic ways that release that energy. Whereas today, we're kind of sitting still, saying, solve it in the mind, but this energy is bubbling in us and it wants to move. So imagine if you're a parent and your kid is angry. I don't like this. I want it to be different. And they're stomping their foot. Instead of saying, hey, stop that. Chill out. What if you say, yeah, you're angry right now. Let's be angry together. Let's stomp our feet. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Right? What actually happens often is that once you stomp for a bit, the energy dissipates. You get it out. That energy wants to complete. The cycle of that emotion has kind of a beginning, middle, end, right? It wants to go through a whole thing, a whole arc. And often we cut it off right at the beginning. It starts building, then we say, nope, instead of letting it go through its whole cycle. How many times in your life have you cut off that emotion before it gets to complete its cycle? And that emotion's still in there. It still has something to say. It still wants to complete that cycle. So, you can, if you're a parent, you can practice that with your real kid. When they're sad, yeah, this is sad. Let's be sad together. I'm going to be here with you while you're sad. It's not saying, be happy. It's saying, yeah, it's okay to be sad. I'm going to be right here with you while you're sad. That's okay. You're safe. You're safe to be sad. And then you can do that with yourself as an adult, with that child inside you that never heard that it's okay to feel the negative emotions. Yeah, this is sad right now. This is so lonely right now, and it's okay. I'm going to be lonely. I'm just going to let myself be lonely. I'm just going to be in the sadness. I'm going to be in the anger. This is anger. I'm going to let myself feel it. I'm going to press my hands. I'm going to pound the ground. I'm going to squeeze a pillow. I'm going to let it happen. And sometimes if you have extreme rage, if you have extreme grief, like, maybe that's best saved for therapy or, a real container that can hold you in the right way. But if it's not on the extreme ends, if it's somewhere where you think you can handle it, then it can be really valuable to let it out. And obviously, if you're in like a meeting at work, you're feeling a lot of anger coming up, maybe that's not the time to squeeze, right? But you can kind of bookmark that, like, okay, there's something here that wants to complete. And then when you get home or you go to the bathroom, let it complete there. Or if you're having a fight with your partner, you're feeling something come up, that's not the time to let it out and push it at them. But you could say, I need a break. I need to go for a walk. Let's finish this in half an hour. You go for a walk. You stomp the ground. You feel that. You let it out. And then you'll feel it dissipate. And then you can go back calmer and continue the conversation. So the proper sequence, ideally for humans, is feel the thing happening, find a safe time and place to let it complete, then you can go to analyzing and strategizing once the emotion has been processed. And by that point, I guarantee you will do much clearer and more effective strategizing and analyzing. I hope that helps. I invite you right now to spend some time and just think about what are some emotions of yours that you commonly don't let complete. And is there one that you could maybe look into right now? Just notice, can I let that out a little more? Good luck. Love to hear from you in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful, nourishing day.